were repulsive and unlawful signs of behavior I do not want to see in my governor. She would replace him as the state's first female governor. Charlie Gasparino is joining us right now on the implications of all of this. Boy, the swift, fall from power and popularity. A year ago at this time, Charlie, he was a media rock star. Now on the rocks, period. It is a stunning fall from grace. What do you make of it?
Yeah, and a stunning end to, very, up until now, very good political career. I mean, he was possibly heading to the White House this time last year. Some people were talking about a draft Cuomo movement to make him the vice president under Biden. Obviously, that didn't happen. But, listen, I didn't hear the whole speech. I heard the end when he was talking about Excelsior. That's the state motto, as you know, of New York. A line that his father, the late, great Mario Cuomo, used in the past as a rallying cry for New Yorkers. But I thought it was... Again, I only caught the end. There was a tone deafness here. This man is resigning under like a cloud that puts him in league with some very bad actors if the charges are true. I don't think that New Yorkers needed to hear that, needed a rallying cry at that point. They needed to hear from him, I believe, a refutation, if there is a refutation, of the charges.
That made those women uncomfortable. The politics, though, is what he capitulated to. Not the law, the politics. Kaylee.
That's exactly right. What you just witnessed was the stunning downfall of the Democrats' darling. This is someone who was floated as a presidential candidate, potentially someone whose name was mentioned as being better or superior to Joe Biden, even at times. You just witnessed his stunning downfall, and you nailed it, Harris. It was because of politics. What we just watched is the Governor Cuomo resign as Democrats just passed that monstrosity of an infrastructure package, and that was in the bottom right corner of our screen because Andrew Cuomo chose to go to a microphone and make this decision now. It was stomping on the Democrats' messaging. You had Joni Ernst proposing the Cuomo Amendment in Congress, which would deprive funding to states that have a governor who has been found to be guilty of sexual assault. You had Ralph Northam being asked questions about this and Terry McAuliffe down in Virginia. This was becoming so untenable for the Democrat Party that he capitulated, you're exactly right, to the politics with 2/3 of the New York State Assembly saying they would vote for impeachment. Though I would say this, Harris, as recently as yesterday, we had reporting, the New York Post did, I should say, that he was going behind the scenes, his team was, talking to lawmakers saying, if I agree not to do another term, will you not impeach me? Right. So they tried to the very last moment to stop this, but they simply could not. What a stunning turn of events.
Yeah, he couldn't cut a deal. And when you look at the headlines of the newspapers in this region, Northeast, East Coast, you could see that the deal making didn't happen overnight. And as you laid it out, Kaylee, when that fell through, the attorney came up first. About an hour ago, during the Faulkner Focus, began laying out her case and making a compelling argument that she hadn't received the interview transcripts or the evidence in the case. Now, we don't know the whole story. We don't know how hard they were pushing. We don't know if this governor was ever really going to wage a fight because perhaps he was making a deal or thought he could. We won't ever know the whole story unless everybody starts talking, which you could say is what happened with these 11 alleged victims of Governor Cuomo. And there's someone else who's been talking. Janice Dean, joining us by phone with her reaction to the breaking news. You talked all about justice. And Janice, sometimes justice will come in a way that you hadn't anticipated. We were all focused on the nursing home scandal, lives lost, and that because of this governor's leadership decision. Your reaction today?
I didn't think he was going to do it, Harris. I sat there and I thought to myself, he's going to blame everybody else. Let's see what he does. Blame her, blame them, what's the God, Mother Nature, New York Post, all of the things he blamed for his nursing home decision. So I was waiting for him to do the same, and I was waiting for him to say, I'm going to stick it through because I believe I'm innocent. And instead, he said he was resigning, and I'm in shock. I'm not going to lie. I got a text from my sister-in-law, and I texted my husband, and I said, he's gone. And I got to be honest, we had my in-laws memorial yesterday at a firehouse in Brooklyn where Mickey spent 20 years of his career. And a lot of us were talking about maybe today was, yesterday when there was the memorial for my in-laws, that maybe he would resign, some kind of divine intervention.
Is if I step aside and let government get back to governing. And therefore that's what I'll do. Because I work for you. And doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you. Because as we say, it's not about me, it's about we. Kathy Hochul, my lieutenant governor, is smart and competent. This transition must be seamless. We have a lot going on. I'm very worried about the Delta variant, and so should you be. But she can come up to speed quickly, and my resignation will be effective in 14 days.
And